Today on Mountaintop Chef, we're talking all about grape leaves. You can find them in jars at your local supermarket. Some places even have them pre-stuffed. But why buy them when you can make them at home yourself? There are many different types of grape leaves, but we're only going to discuss two: Cabernet Sauvignon and Chardonnay. The first having more defined lobes with a thicker skin, which gives it a richer flavor. Chardonnay is less lobed and has a softer texture, making it easier to roll. If you have the opportunity to pick the leaves yourself, we highly recommend it. We're lucky enough to have both the vines in our garden. We like to start by boiling a pot of hot water to preserve our fresh leaves. We arrange our leaves by size to help in the cooking and rolling process. But before we blanch the leaves, we like to give them a quick rinse to remove any large pieces of dirt. Use tongs to push the leaves down, making sure that water is able to get in between. After a few seconds, you can flip them over. You remove the leaves once they've changed color. You'll definitely see a difference once you place them next to the unblanched leaves. We like to store some of the leaves in a Ziploc bag. You can throw them in the freezer for up to a year. Just note that you need to let them completely thaw before you use them to roll. Starting off with the filling, we'll need 1 cup of short grain rice. We like to soak it in a bit of water to remove the impurities. This doesn't remove as much starch as people might think. We then dice up half a kg of beef into small pieces around this size, or you can just use ground beef. Then dice up 6 medium tomatoes. Remove the stems from a bushel of parsley and give it a good chop through. Cut a lemon in half and squeeze. We continue the filling by adding 4 tablespoons of oil and our lemon juice. Add in your chopped tomatoes and parsley and then the meat. Give it a good mix. You can add salt and pepper to taste. On to the rolling. Let's just be frank here by saying that this process moves a lot easier if you have the TV on or a group of friends around, which is traditionally how women will make this meal for big family gatherings. The veiny part of the leaf should be facing up. It gives it a better grip. Also, try not to overfill it. You'll figure out the sweet spot with a little trial and error. You might end up with a little extra mixture. That's okay. You can stuff a zucchini or a tomato. But first, we're going to make a little liquid mixture for the pot. Juice half a lemon and add some salt and pepper to taste. Then we're going to start coring the tomato, trying to not make any holes in it. Take the insides and add them to the mixture as well. Start stuffing the tomato. You'll soon figure out if you'll be needing more than one. Oil the bottom of a pot and add a rack of beef. Season it with some oil, salt, and pepper. It's time to take all that hard work and stack them in the pot. We're using a pressure cooker because we want to speed up the cooking process. But if you don't have a pressure cooker, a normal pot with an inverted plate on top to keep the grape leaves from unraveling will do. Some say it even tastes better that way. But just note, if you're using a normal pot, it can take up to 3 hours on low heat to cook. This step is completely optional, but if you like a more sour taste, you can add a bunch of unripened grapes to give it a little something extra. Tighten the lid and set it on a medium flame. Once the whistle starts blowing, set your timer for 15 minutes. Always let the pot depressurize before opening. And voila, the epitome of Middle Eastern cuisine. Most people like to pair this with some plain yogurt and a hungry army. Thanks for watching. We'd love to see your final product by hashtagging Mountaintop Chef. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video, and subscribe so you don't miss another one.